What thing are you holding back today that you're not talking about, that you're avoiding? That if it's ever brought up, you kind of shy away from conversation? What's the one thing that you need to face and transform yourself in 2026?
I'd rather be sidelined trying to achieve greatness than watch greatness achieved and it only set on the sideline. Now introducing your host, Jacob Emery.
This episode of the Iron and Infrastructure Podcast is brought to you by Unlocking Greatness with Jacob Emery, a coaching community built for those ready to become the strongest version of themselves. Weekly calls, proven playbooks, and a community built to grow. Greatness is not given, it's unlocked. Join us today at jacobemery.com or DM coach at jacobemery44 on all social media platforms. What is the one thing that you must face in 2026? We all have one. One priority that maybe isn't that important. One vice, one person, one relationship, one thing that we have, and we know we need to address it. We know we need to move away from it or go all in on the thing, but we all have something. We all have one thing that we just got to get under control, be in control of it, not let it control us anymore. Do you know what that one thing is? Are you running from something? Is there a thing that you're running away from that scares you, terrifies you? Maybe it's change. Maybe it's not having something that you've always had. Maybe it's realizing a new reality. This isn't like a strategy or a goal. This is something that we all need to face. And we all have one, at least one. But there's normally one that we all know that if we put our ego aside, if we put away the thing that makes us feel this anxiety or this pressure, there is one thing. Maybe it's a relationship. Maybe it's the pursuit of something. Maybe it's a habit or a vice. Maybe it's an addiction. Maybe it's a hobby that's time consuming, that takes away from what's important. It's something way more uncomfortable than you're probably willing to face in a moment. But the truth is, you already know what it is. You know inherently what exactly it is, but you don't want to know what it is. You don't want to know the truth. You'd rather avoid the truth, not talk about it, not admit it, not be willing to sacrifice the short term for the long term. What we run from pursues us, and what we face will transform us. So what thing are you holding back today that you're not talking about, that you're avoiding, that if it's ever brought up, you kind of shy away from conversation? What's the one thing that you need to face and transform yourself in 2026? What is the one thing that you run from consistently? And it consistently pursues you and keeps you there. What is it? As I say this, is there anything that comes to mind? There is one thing that we all must face, and it's that conversation. It's a decision to make. It's the truth that we're avoiding in this current moment. It's not something about being lazy. It's not because we're incapable of doing it. It's because we just don't want to. Because avoiding it and maintaining whatever we have feels safer than actually owning up to it. Ownership is scary. Ownership of anything, taking your medicine, it's tough, but it shows up everywhere. And it's that conversation that you're putting off, that thing that you're not addressing. Maybe it's a relationship misaligned or a business decision or a life decision that just isn't there. It gets builder. It builds up bigger. It gets harder. The anxiety gets bigger. The problem gets bigger itself because it's not about the burnout. It's about what you're not facing. It's not about a lack of clarity. It's about avoiding it. This episode of the Iron and Infrastructure Podcast is brought to you by R&R Pipeline Inc., an infrastructure company. Join our team today at rrpipelineinc.com. So, when it comes to the one thing, what is it? I've had to learn this the hard way. Every big time decision I've ever made, every big breakthrough I've ever had, it came from eliminating one thing that I knew I needed to face. It was something that I was doing, whether it be something I was hanging on to too long, or something I didn't want to let go, or something I wasn't willing to admit my fault. But it came from facing that one thing. And every time I did it, it got better. Short-term suffering or long-term suffering? Which one's it going to be? Peel the Band-Aid off on the short term, or just continue to compound that long-term pain, that long-term setback, that long-term problem. Sometimes it will carry on your weight and then it will break you. Sometimes it was just a conversation needed to be had. Sure, it's uncomfortable, but at the end of the day, what's more uncomfortable? Continuing to carry a problem or addressing it for what it is? Sometimes it was just me admitting I am the bottleneck. Now I realize majority of the time I am always the bottleneck. Sometimes it was just realizing that this system wasn't right, or I'm pushing the training too hard in the gym. I'm lifting too much weight and not recovering properly. I'm not feeling my body the way I need to, so yeah, I'm going to have some injuries. Checks out. I was just avoiding my own standard at certain points, but it's very fine line when you get to a point of not even recognizing it. Here's what I noticed. The longer that you avoid it, the heavier it gets. The stress goes up, the thing compounds, and it gets heavier and heavier and heavier. It's easier to address it at the beginning than it is toward the end when it's really heavy. Your confidence will take a hit. But if you address it with courage, it will get better. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to be real confident when you do it. Just address it to yourself and then maybe address it to someone that you love. The weight lifted off is incredible because it's almost immediate. Face the thing that scares you. Do what you need to do. The anxiety that you feel is normally just an unaddressed responsibility asking for attention. It's not facing the thing that we need to face. So, new year, new me. BS. I call BS on all that. We are the same people that we have always been until we make a change, because if nothing changes, nothing will change. So here's my lesson for 2026, my thought for 2026. You don't need a new year. You don't need more motivation. You don't need a better plan. You don't need anything. You need to face the thing that's holding you back. There's one thing, and you know what it is. Ask yourself this with no fluff, no BS, no excuses. What am I avoiding right now? Very powerful question. What am I avoiding right now? What conversation do I know I need to have that I have not yet? What thing am I not facing in the moment? What decision keeps coming back to my mind? What standard do I need to raise myself to? What is the thing that I need to face? Write down a list of all your problems and identify that one thing. Here's the reality. Here's the rule. Clarity comes from courage, not before it. Be courage led. Lead with courage. Get clarity. Face the thing. It's going to be messy. It's going to be imperfect, but before you know it, real confidence will come. The thing will be a past story that you tell. You'll learn from it, and it's that one action, that one conversation, that one decision that will create the momentum that you need. 26 does not reward avoidance, but neither does 2025 or any other year. So going into the new year, what is the one thing that you need to face that's going to transform you? And what's the one thing that you're running from that is going to continue to pursue you if you don't face it? Face the thing, transform yourself, and unlock your greatness. Stop telling yourself one day. It isn't about one day, it's about day one. Today should be your day one. What you need isn't another day. What you need is clarity with the community to give you confidence to unlock your greatness. That's what the group coaching program is all about. Confidence, clarity, via commitment. Hit the show link in the notes. Let's start unlocking your greatness now, today.